Welcome back to another trade alts tutorial. This is going to be the third video in the trading bot series. If you haven't watched the first two, there will be links in the description below. Please check those out. But I'm going to be covering today one of the most asked questions that I have been getting lately, which is how I select which altcoins that I trade using the 3COMMAS trading bots. So I'm going to be going over that in today's video. Hope you enjoy. And once again, here's a disclaimer. Please pause the video and read this. All content's for entertainment and educational purposes only. Nothing's financial advice. And past performance is no guarantee of future results. So here's another profit update. I'll just very quickly go over. I just want to keep you guys updated as I kind of progress through this. That way you know kind of where I'm sitting. Again, January 29th, I just hit $30,000 in profit. My first trading bot video that I did on February 28th up here, I was at $44,769, so almost, close to $15,000 profit in a month's time. Then I did my second trading bot video on March 6th, and you can see here $47,722 in profit, so about a $3,000 profit within a week's time. So this was on March 6th, and today is March 10th, so only 4 days later, but let's take a look and see where I'm at right now. So here's my 3COMMAS dashboard again. And you can see, and I'll refresh it just so you guys know that this is 100% current. So it's refreshing. Give it 1 second. And here you go. So the day reset, about an hour and 50 minutes ago, made $15 profit so far today in that hour and 50-minute time frame. And my total, I surpassed a pretty big milestone, I would say. Pretty happy with that. But I am at $50,539.51 total profit. So again, if you've been watching the first two videos, you've been kind of monitoring with me how my trading, how my trading bots have worked, the system that I use. I've shared every setting that I have. But again, just passed the $50,000 mark within the last couple of days. So I'm very excited about that. And just a quick reminder, what do you need to start using these trading bots? So you need an account with an exchange. I use either Binance US if you reside in the United States, or Binance itself if you're outside of the United States. If you use the link in the description below, you get 10% off of your trading fees, which is a huge deal when you're dealing with trading bots. So definitely take advantage of that. You need a 3COMMAS subscription, which is the trading bot platform that I use in my examples. And this is what my whole system is kind of built on. And there's a 10% off link for 10% off your monthly subscription if you use the link in the description below as well. And for that, I actually I use that link because I wanted to make sure that people are able to get 10% off. But the only way that I get any sort of commission from 3COMMAS is if you pay in crypto, which most people won't. But I just threw it up there because, again, I want to try to save people some money if I can. And then you obviously need trading capital, your funds that you need for your bots, and then this trading bot series again. So this is the third video. There's going to be several more. This has been a really popular, I'm actually really surprised how many people enjoy these and like these videos. So I want to keep doing them for you guys. But let's move on. So on to the important stuff. So this is the section where I'm going to talk about how I select which altcoins I actually trade. And there are 6 different things that I kind of look for. You only see 5 here, obviously, but there is a 6th one in the next slide. So first of all, the exchange is very important to me. It's just something that I take into consideration because, depending how much money you're going to be putting into this, like how much capital you're going to be allocating, you want to obviously trade things that are I hate to use the word safe in crypto, but things that are, have less of a chance of having issues. So first, the exchange again. So USA-based exchanges, they tend to have higher standards when listing projects. There's a lot more vetting that happens behind the scenes before the USA exchanges list their projects. So typically the risk of trading these altcoins, they're lower, I would say, than trading pairs that are on non-US exchanges, because there are, if the pairs are listed on a non-US exchange, typically there's not the rules and regulations that, USA exchanges would have. So therefore, again, anything that's listed on Binance US, for example, if it's listed on Coinbase Pro, typically those are going to be, again, I hate to use the word safe, but they're there's less of a chance of, you know, something drastic happening, you know, not necessarily in terms of price, but the project itself, you know, as far as, you know, something getting rug pulled, or, you know, the project just going completely, you know, they just exit scam or whatever. A lot less risky with the United States based exchanges versus outside, so, or you know, outside of the US. So again, why I use Binance US, this is why. So the exchange is very important to me. Number two, high volume. So obviously, like, volume is really important because you want to be trading the altcoins that are actually doing something, right? You want to have your bot being active as much as possible. And if you're trading really low volume stuff that you know, only has a few Bitcoin worth of volume in a day, or, you know, that equates to, again, maybe like $100,000 in volume a day, there will be literally nothing happening and you're just wasting time, really. So high volume, higher volume, the better, especially like, and I will show you here in a second kind of how I would find that. But it's also, you know, the size of the project is kind of important too. Like, you don't really want to be trading things that are kind of like smaller cap stuff, just because, you know, the volatility is going to be there more than likely, but the risk is definitely higher with the small cap stuff, because that's, you know, that's some of the projects that you could really run into some problems with. But let's take a look at how I determine the volume. So here is CoinGecko.com, and you can also use CoinMarketCap if that's kind of your thing, but I really prefer CoinGecko. And all this is it's just a site where it has almost every single crypto project that's out there is listed on CoinGecko, and it gives you really important statistics. Talks, you know, obviously Bitcoin, for example, if you're looking here, it tells you the price, tells you what has happened over the last, you know, certain periods of time. It tells you the volume. So this is your 24-hour volume right here, which is the most important thing that we're going to use, you know, in terms of this video. This is what you want to come and look at. And then obviously your market cap here. This, you know, this goes back to the size of the project, so that's kind of important as well. But really, this volume, all you need to do is click on it, and it just, you see how it sorts it automatically. So Tether doesn't count. That's a stable coin. You're not going to do anything with that. But it goes by, you can literally sort by 24-hour volume, and this gives you an idea of the most traded altcoins that are out there. So obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're usually right up at the top. And then you have other projects, Litecoin, BNB, Binance Coin. So this is one that I trade, you know, and again, I'm just sharing what I do, but I do have a BNB bot. And the reason why I like to have a BNB bot is because, you know, when you're using Binance or you're using Binance US, if you pay your trading fees in BNB, you save 25%. So that is another nice little bonus that a lot of people are not aware of. But if you use BNB to pay those tokens or to pay your trading fees, you're saving 25%. So that's a big deal. But I also like to have a BNB bot running because I'm able to help pay for the trading fees, if that makes sense. So I keep all of my profits in BNB on the BNB bot, and that helps me to build up my BNB bag in order to help subsidize or pay for my trading fees. So that's a little nugget for you right there that, you know, again, I think it's a good idea. Me personally, that's something that I do. And then you can keep scrolling down. Cardano is right up here. No surprise, it's the 6th largest project. XRP, you can trade that if you want. EOS, Polkadot, I do have a Polkadot trading bot. You have Tron, Chiliz. I actually just covered this in my technical analysis video last night. And I mean, if you just look at this, it's up 200% in the last 7 days. So if you were running a trading bot on Chiliz, it's probably would be doing very well. But there's some kind of dangers of doing that as well. You know, if you have a really quick run up, sometimes the run down could be just as brutal, but, you know, it's all part of the game. Chainlink is one that I do run. It's, you know, 10th largest project, usually has really nice volume. So this is $1.6 billion in volume over the last 24 hours. So again, like, these are projects that I you know, and also Chainlink is obviously, you know, you can buy it in the US. So it's another, you know, top tier quality project that I don't worry too much about allocating capital to trade, because it's like, you know, it's unlikely that it's going to be going anywhere. So little on the, you know, less risky side. Again, you can keep going down. And your trading volume, again, this is kind of important because you want to be trading things that are actively moving in the market every day. So, you know, this doesn't necessarily speak to volatility though. But what I mean, and kind of what I mean by that, just because something has really high trading volume, it just means that there's a lot of dollars being transacted. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the volatility is there, you know, as far as price swings, you know, massive swings up or massive swings down that your bots can use to kind of capitalize on. But it is, you know, usually when you stick to the higher volume stuff, it's overall better for your trading bots. And, you know, again, you can keep coming down. Uniswap, Cosmos, these are also ones that I trade. Aave, Neo, BAT, basic attention token right here, all kind of like in the upper tier projects. And so again, these numbers, you can even sort them by number. But you know, I get a little worried when I see projects that are like outside of the top 200 coins, I would say 200 projects. When you start to get to the smaller cap stuff, the risk picks up for sure. So that's just something to keep in mind. But that is how I look at trading volume. You know, in any exchange, you know, Binance has this. You can literally go to Binance.com and look at the, you know, actually look at the different volume for the different pairs that you're interested in. That's another thing that you can do. So the third thing is about compounding your profits. And this is one that this is, if there's a gem out of this video, this would be it, honestly. So like, definitely pay attention to this and write this down. This is kind of the gem of the video. But when I look for altcoins, kind of where I like to start is obviously like if that altcoin has met the other criteria that I've talked about. So being listed on a certain exchange, the volume is decent, then this is like a little bonus, and not many are going to meet this criteria, but this is just a really nice little bonus to have. So does your exchange that you use, which again is why I recommend Binance and Binance US, do they provide staking? And this is really important. So like, this is a huge opportunity that like no one really talks about, you know, in terms of trading. Even like a lot of people don't even address this when it comes to trading. But let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm here on Binance US. So this is, again, if you're in the United States, this is the exchange that I recommend, highly recommended, never had any issues with it, love it. Trading fees are nice. And again, there's a link in the description below. If you'd like to sign up using Binance US, please do that. I would greatly appreciate it. But Binance US, so this is their staking page. Now, you can earn income, right? This is another part. So like, I use my trading bots for passive income. I have it set. I don't like to mess around with it very much because I'm busy usually like manually trading, or I'm in my Discord. I have a trading group there that I run. But there's a lot of other things that I'm doing with my day, spending time with my kids, eating lunch, whatever it is, right? Like this trading bot, income that I'm getting, I really don't like to mess with it. But here's like another really easy thing to do to kind of compound those earnings is simply trading these pairs that you see in front of you. So for instance, if you're trading any of these pairs on Binance US, right, and you're taking profit in crypto, which is what I do, doesn't mean everybody has to do it. But one of the benefits to doing that is you're able to earn essentially interest just by holding these coins in your wallet. So for instance, Qtum, you can see you get 1 to 2% a year. It's not much, but the minimum holdings is 20 Qtum. That's not really, you know, like over time, you could build that up pretty easily. EOS, 0.5% to 1%. Harmony, which is 2 to 3%. But if you look below that, this is where like the exciting stuff is. So for instance, Tezos, XTS or XTZ, you get 6 to 7% a year just by holding it. And you only need one Tezos, which I think one is like $4 right now. Your trading bot, you know, again, depending on your settings, you'd probably be able to qualify for that very, very soon. Atom, which is another project, it's Cosmos. So 6 to 9% annual reward just for holding it. And you only need about $10, you know, current pricing, $9 to $10 worth of Atom in your wallet to start earning that extra 6 to 9% a year. And then you have Algo, 8 to 10% a year. So that's an 8 to 10% bonus on top of your staking, you know, on top of your trading bot profits. So not only are you making profits, and then, by the way, like these, you know, and I trade Atom, I trade Algo, I trade VeChain. For those, you know, when I talk about the profits in the beginning of the video that I show on the screen, that does not include any of these. Like this is all completely extra. But just something to throw out there. If you're able to earn 8 to 10% interest on top, you know, for staking, and again, all you have to do is just keep these in your wallet. That's it. So once your trading bots make their trades, your profit gets taken, you keep it in Algo, for example, or Atom. All you have to do is let that sit in your wallet, which it does automatically, and you will start to accrue these rewards. So it's pretty amazing. But again, so not only are you getting that income, you know, not only are you getting the passive income from the trading bots, but you're also earning, you know, for the stuff that you've already made, the profits you've already made, you're earning additional interest on top of that. So the fourth thing is trade what you like. So it's just very simple. I don't trade anything that I don't actually want to hold for the long term. So like when I, you know, and this is a personal thing, like this is just my, like how, you know, why I'm using trading bots to begin with. I like to use them passively to help build my crypto trade, you know, my crypto bags while I'm, you know, doing other things. But I don't trade any pairs. I don't trade any altcoins that I do not actually want to own. And that's just my personal opinion. Like that's how I, you know, that's just what I like to do. But again, you know, price drops significantly and I'm forced to hold, you know, I'd rather hold projects that I actually want to own versus just, you know, holding any random altcoin out there that a trading bot, you know, my trading bot is trading. I only really like to trade stuff that I actually want to hold. And the last thing, well, second to last thing is how does the chart look? So this is a bit advanced. Obviously, like this kind of goes against like keeping it simple, but knowing basic technical analysis, it can be incredibly helpful just to give some more insight to which trading bots, you know, which altcoins could perform better than others. And a little hint, come check out the Discord. So you know, my channel, my YouTube channel, you know, mostly focused on technical analysis. So that's really what I do. But if you're interested in learning technical analysis or you have questions about, you know, which alts look better than others, feel free. There's going to be an invitation in the description below to our Discord. It's growing pretty quickly, which is really awesome to see. If you have questions about, you know, if you want to learn technical analysis or, you know, you have a question about which chart looks better than the other, pop on in. I'm happy to take a look when I have a second. And there's a lot of, you know, pretty good members in there who can do technical analysis. But definitely come visit us. We're happy to help any way that we can. And lastly, you have new listings. So this is very risky. I'm going to just throw it out there before I even get into it. It's incredibly risky because when an exchange has a new listing, and what that means is basically you'll have a new project or a new altcoin. Let's say that Binance will list and they'll say, hey, at 9 o'clock or whatever the time is, we're going to list this trading pair at this time. And you'll see, you know, that when it lists it, the volatility is unreal. You'll get crazy spikes. Price will move in each direction. Like you'll get drastic movements, which is outstanding for trading bots because really that's how trading bots make money, right? It's all about volatility. You need the up and down to fill your orders both ways. And that's how trading bots make profits. But it's risky because of the volatility as well. And you're talking crazy swings. So there was an example very recently. Binance listed a project called Lit. And the minute that Lit was listed, I set up a trading bot on, I set up my trading bot and I let it go. And I made a lot of money in just one day from trading on Lit. It was impressive, actually. But the risk of, if you don't have a good system down, that's a very dangerous method because it's easy to get trapped. So if you're interested in the settings that I use, again, please watch video 1. I go into great detail about exactly the settings that I use. And there is a reason why I use those settings. I go into it all in video 1. But it's very easy to get trapped if you don't have great settings, and it's really easy to lose money, depending, again, if you're using stop losses and whatnot, very, very dangerous to deal with new listings. But I think I've done 3 or 4 new listings so far with my trading bot settings, and they've done incredibly well. So I really like to, jump into the new listings when, for instance, Binance will list things, but this isn't something that you should do, I would argue, unless you're experienced, unless if I just got into trading bots and, I'm learning about how they work and, kind of how the orders work and whatnot, I wouldn't really advise you to jump in and try something like this. But if you feel comfortable and the risk is acceptable to you because it's very high, it could be a lot of fun. I actually really enjoy when these new listings come out. But again, the risk is very high, but your bots can also churn deals out sometimes in a matter of seconds. Like I could have an order open and 2 or 3 seconds later, it's already closing for profit. And then my bot will jump immediately back in and it will churn out deal after deal after deal. Just because there's not a ton of people trading this too. So there's not a lot of liquidity in the market yet. So you get those crazy price swings, but it can be really, really, really great if you are comfortable with it and you know what you're doing. And you also, again, accepting that there's a very high risk and there's a chance that you could get stuck. Which leads me to my final thought, really, again, very important. Start out slow until you get the hang of it. Trade small amounts. Don't try to go for the home run in your first day. Really get used to the trading bots and how they work and kind of get to see how they perform before you jump into it head first and start throwing crazy amounts of money in it. I really, really hope that people understand that overall the system is very simple, but at the same time just be very careful when you're putting money into something if you don't fully understand what you're doing. So please do your research. Obviously, again, you can ask me for, if you have questions, you can pop into Discord. I'm more than happy to help. But at the same time, do your own research. Don't get every piece of information from me because I'm just some guy on the internet, right? Okay, do your own research. Very important. And here is what's coming up. So, I talked about, I have quite a few modules. I have quite a few more trading bot videos that I'm going to be doing in the near future. Number 1, profit compounding. I kind of talked about that a little bit today. So there's, as far as the staking goes and your profits are earning interest or they're earning additional, you're getting compensated additionally just for holding that crypto in your wallet. But there's some advanced stuff that I will talk about in a video very soon where you can make, the APRs on some of these things are absolutely crazy. And it's very easy to do, but it does take a bit of technical know-how. Some of these, as far as moving the funds over to this certain wallets, there's definitely a lot more behind that, but it's not, super crazy, but I'll be covering that soon. And then I've had, some people asking me about grid bots, trailing stops, stuff like that. I definitely am going to be going over that soon, as well as teaching you how to create custom signals in TradingView, okay, which is the charting software that I use. But you can actually create signals or take signals from TradingView and communicate it to 3COMMAS and enter and exit trades that way. It's pretty crazy. And then number 3, leverage. Again, if you're not really you know, you don't have a ton of experience, I advise you not to play with that at all. But for those of you who are experienced and want to learn how you can incorporate leverage into your trading, I will do a video on that as well. And my social media. So this is where you can get in touch with me if you have any questions or you just want to say hi. Pretty active on Twitter. Facebook and Telegram are relatively new. I try to make a point to be there more frequently. But YouTube, this is obviously where you're watching me. But I'm incredibly active in Discord. So I said that earlier in the video. There will be a link in the description below. Feel free to pop on by, say hello, ask me questions there. Happy to help. But I'm usually in Discord, kind of monitoring Discord for, I'd say, 12 hours a day. So that's where I spend the majority of my time. And we talk a lot about technical analysis. We talk all day long about crypto. So feel free, pop on over. I actually have a dedicated 3COMMAS trading bot channel there. So there's a lot of members, newer members who are joining. And there's a dedicated trading bot channel where everybody can kind of get to know each other, ask each other questions, share your experiences and whatnot. But again, we're all in this to help each other out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this is video number 3. Look forward to doing, you know, several more trading bot related videos in the near future. Hope you enjoyed this video and trade safe.